I said, welcome to the 24A. Like a 4A? 4A?
Like Foray? I was thinking 4A like the... No, I'm thinking 4H. Like, you know those people at the fair?
I know exactly what the 4H is. Oh, okay.
Ouch, I hurt my hand.
Why?
Welcome to A24 Quest. This time with liquor.
Oh boy.
How's it going?
It's going.
I said liquor. Hard cider's not liquor. It's... What's the distinction between liquor and... I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Is liquor and, like, beer two different things? Like, you can't call beer liquor?
I think so?
I don't know. Welcome to A24 Quests. This time, 3 times the fun. Triple threat, baby.
Shut up.
You know how I've got that, like, really artsy, nice intro now? It's gonna go so well with this opening. It's gonna fade in from the thoughtful piano music to us cracking open hard ciders and making dumb jokes.
You're really excited about that, aren't you?
I'm very excited about that intro. That's the whole reason the series is still alive.
Anyway, so we got A24.
Yeah, we do.
Number 24
of
the A24 Quest.
I don't think we're ever going to do 3 movies in one episode again. I thought you would, like, jump in on that, but it was just awkward silence.
I mean, I could go for 3 movies again.
I guess it would be okay.
I'm not, like, against it,
but it's just, it was taxing.
Okay. What was it?
I don't know. Something about 2 A24 movies is enough. 3 is like, that's pushing it. And these weren't even that bad. It's just like, at a certain point, I was like, glad to be done with it. I don't know.
Really?
Don't get me wrong. I still love A24, and I did enjoy watching these, but it's like, you can only have so much indie movies.
You must have done them, like, all in a row, then.
No, I did them
really?
in 3 consecutive days, 1 on each day. But it's just when I sat down for the last one, I was like, oh, thank God.
Well, what did you start with?
I started with... Oh, God, what's it called? The Lovers. Yes, I started with The Lovers.
The Lovers.
What'd you start with?
I started with...
The mic is not picking that up, I guarantee it.
You're right. I started with The Exception.
Okay.
Isn't that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've seen that.
What'd you end with?
I ended with Menashe.
Me too. So, that begs the question, what do we start with? What do you think would be better to start with?
Let's start with The Lovers.
Fair. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll tell my wife it's over.
I'm gonna tell him, I promise.
This is great news.
It's great news.
We have a date. A real one.
I got that.
Yeah.
The Lovers is a pretty good movie that's not for me.
I don't think it's that great of a movie.
Really?
Yeah.
I was with you for a certain portion of it. It's one of these movies that's meandering, and it's like a slice of life movie.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole thing about it is it's this realistic, like, down-to-earth portrayal of late-stage marriage. And it just, like, they hate each other. And they're both having their own affairs. And it's just...
Your grandparents? They hate each other.
Yes,
They're
absolutely.
both having affairs.
Yeah. And this movie starts really rough because initially you're like, okay, I'm seeing things that aren't particularly well explained and I don't know why I'm supposed to care. And eventually you figure the plot out and eventually it gets good. But even when it gets good, I still don't know why I'm expected to care because it's not for me. This movie is not a movie made for a 20-year-old pretentious film critic This is made for your grandpa
I don't
and
even
your
know if this
grandma.
I don't even know if it was made for them.
Your parents.
No,
It
my
was
parents
made
would
for your
hate
parents.
this.
It was made for your Uncle Jimmy and his Aunt Susan.
Oh shit, that would be perfect for them.
It's made for a peeper of an older variety.
That hate each other.
Yes. And I think it was good for what it was trying to do.
Sure.
But what it was trying to do is not particularly entertaining or engaging or interesting.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I think the performances from the two main actors were good at parts, but a little lopsided. Like the guy, I thought he was the main guy. I thought he was good, except when he wasn't. He had moments of like not great, and I was like, is this even the same like actor?
Yeah.
First of all, he looks like John Lithgow.
Like a weird hairy John Lithgow.
Yeah. And I
chubbier.
genuinely thought it was John Lithgow in a couple shots. But then I was like, no, can't be.
This is like if John Lithgow was trying to be White Bigfoot.
I don't know what that means.
I'm sorry.
I don't mind telling you. I don't know what you're trying to say with that.
I'm sorry.
White Bigfoot?
Well, yeah, you know how he's
Was
usually...
he that hairy? He wasn't that hairy. He didn't even have like a facial hair. What do you mean he was hairy?
Yeah, the chin.
Hold on a second.
Didn't he?
I gotta get to the bottom of this mystery. The lover's old white guy.
I remember seeing him as like a big ball of fuzz.
The first video that comes up is the coolest old white man ever jamming to rap music. I'm gonna open that so we can watch it when we're done here. Anyway, doesn't matter. Because we gotta keep her moving. We got 3 movies to talk about.
That's right. So the whole plot is that both these two married couple, they're both cheating on each other, and they're gonna tell each other after their son comes into town and leaves. And it all ends up, you're just waiting the entire movie for the other shoe to drop, and then it do.
Yeah, and it's very dramatic.
Yeah, for
the
a little
son
bit.
punches a hole in the wall.
Yeah, and he said, "I'm gonna kill you, Dad."
And the son's a bit of a dick waffle, but we'll ignore that.
He's obnoxious.
Yeah.
Like, really obnoxious.
I get what they're going for.
I do
get
too.
that he is how parents of a certain age see their mid-20-year-old son.
Yeah.
Like, he's just aloof.
Yeah.
Like, I get, like, everything in this movie. I get what they're going for. It was well executed. The son was fine. The girlfriend was fine. Everything was fine.
I actually kind of like the girlfriend.
She was good. She was like not like a great actress, but like a likable person.
Yeah, exactly.
And that helped it.
Yeah. Remember when the redheaded lady just hissed?
She was the weirdest part of this movie.
She was by far the weirdest
She
part.
was consistently like, it almost felt like it didn't fit with this movie. Because this movie's going for like a pretty realistic thing, but she was just like crazy. Mm-hmm. She was like a female the Joker.
Kinda, yeah.
And it's like, I don't...
Oh, and Littlefinger was in there.
He was really good.
Yeah, he was.
He's always good. He was an awful human being though. Because he's
true.
At least I perceived him in that way.
No, I think you're right.
Because he has this scene with the wife of the main character. Well, I guess neither of them are like the main character. The wife. He has a scene with the wife, who and he's just like, you gotta break up with your husband or you'll never have me again. And it was just so like,
this time I mean it.
It's I hate relationships where it's based on a foundation of like, we need each other. It's just so unhealthy, Like no two people should be so like insecure that they feel like they need a significant other. The best relationships are when they can do fine on their own, but they just like having somebody to spend time with. Mm-hmm. Anywho, that's enough from me. Pretty good movie if you're over 50 and are considering having an affair.
The real question is do you like pina coladas?
Yeah, and getting caught in the rain.
Are you not much into yoga?
Are you into champagne?
No! Do you have half a brain?
No, but he says I'm into champagne
Yeah,
later
but
later on.
Yeah, that's later on.
But I get half points, don't I? Do you have half?
I'll give you half. Yeah.
I've got half
Yeah.
brain.
Yeah. No.
6 out of 10.
The exception.
Yes. The Lovers, 6 out of 10.
So yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I agree. 6 out of 10 it is.
The Exception, surprisingly okay.
Captain, there's a British spy after me.
You'll be quite safe, Your Highness.
My name is Stefan. I was wondering what yours was.
Mikadil.
Okay.
Stick to my hen.
Excuse me?
6 out of 10. Moving on. The exception.
How did you like The Exception? First of all,
So,
I knew absolutely nothing about it.
same.
Going into it, like these three movies, the only thing that they all have in common is I decided to not look up anything about them. All I had to go off of was the cover art, and I thought The Exception was like a Civil War movie from the cover art. I don't know what gave me that impression. I just glanced at it; it looked like a Civil War movie. I don't know why, and then I thought it was for a while, and then the most insane shot of Nazi imagery, like the most insane Nazi expositional shot I've ever seen, blasted me away, and I was like, oh! That shot, do you know what I'm talking about? The first like expositional shot of the movie, of that building with the two big swastikas on it. It was like, yeah. I liked that shot.
It gave you the nice old runaround.
Yeah, it made me familiar, it made me fond of the old days.
No, that's not what you say. God, no.
So yeah, this movie.
Colin's not a Yahtzee.
Oh, I'm Yana Nazi.
Shit.
We're not even
Oh no.
like drunk or anything. We're like 1/3 of the way through like light cider.
Yeah, this hard cider. Specifically, that says rose cider, but somewhere on here it says hard cider.
Anywho,
But yeah, so you got Jai Courtney, who I keep wanting to say Jai Cooper, but it's not.
who's Jai Cooper?
Nobody.
That's fair.
It keeps Jai, Sly, Cooper,
Oh, that's it.
and Courtney is kind of close to Cooper in the sense that they both start with C's and they have some O's in there.
Yeah.
Anyway, he doesn't fit in his suit very well in this movie.
Yeah, that's the whole review.
That's the biggest thing I took away from this is that his
Oh, you know what the biggest
Body
thing I
doesn't-
took away from it was? You want to know the biggest takeaway?
I don't know, I don't think it was that big.
No, it was honestly it was kind of embarrassing. But I mean, I'm glad he's happy with it.
Yeah.
We said
Well, she was happy with it too.
That's true.
So,
All right. This is a special occasion. This is the first A24 movie with dong in it.
is it?
Yeah.
Officially?
Can you think of that we've seen? Can you think of another
remember.
one?
I can't offhand.
There's been nudity in A24 movies, but I don't think we've seen Jack Courtney's Little Courtney yet.
Oh no! Little Courtney! Why'd you call it that?
Anyway, Menashe. This is a mess, but we're gonna keep going. What did you think of The Exception?
Christopher Plummer was awesome.
Oh, he was great.
Really liked him in it. He was
really
good.
He was given the Christopher Plummer performance. It was wonderful.
Yeah, he was fantastic. Never before in my life have I rooted for the Nazis.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say about this movie. What's interesting about The Exception is the Nazis are the good guys.
I mean, the Nazis are the good and the bad guys.
Right, they're both. Specifically, the Nazis aligned with Kaiser Wilhelm II. I looked him up. A real guy. Specifically, the Nazis aligned with him are the good guys, and the Nazis aligned with the Fuhrer are the bad guys.
This is just weird talking about Nazis being good guys.
It is.
It's really weird.
I wondered if anybody was upset about this movie when it came out because the protagonists are Nazis. And not even, like, reluctant Nazis. They're, like, proud Nazis.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah. He's like, I want Germany to be great again.
Yeah.
I want to be back in power.
It's not as like bad as that sounds, because
I'm sorry.
Because Jai Courtney is a understandable character. It takes the angle of the Nazis ultimately were just German citizens forced into duty, and Jai Courtney is just a good soldier. He doesn't much care for the Fuhrer's anti-Jewish agenda. He wants to be a good soldier and fight for his country.
And therefore he has sex with the Jewish lady.
Yeah.
In for a good portion of this film.
Yeah. This is a very, very titillating movie. Erotic. Scandalous.
You can stop.
And I think that is the main thing that kept it back from being truly great.
Too much Jigong?
Yeah, Jigong.
I shouldn't be here.
I think this movie could have been absolutely great. I think it could have been like a Spielberg-esque, like it could have won Academy Awards. It could have been great if it weren't for the romance subplot that dragged the whole movie down, in my opinion, because it is shallow, uninteresting, and forced. I never bought for a second that those two characters had genuine feelings for each other.
You sound like a 50-year-old bitter man.
I am a 50-year-old bitter man, which is why I loved
that smokes.
That's true.
Sorry.
What do you think about that? What do you think?
No, I actually completely agree. I think that the romance was super forced. I think it was the most unlikable part of the film.
Yes.
But
it's not even really a romance. It's just kind of like it was like a 50 Shades of Grey kind of lust situation.
Kinda, yeah.
Which kind of turned into a budding romance, but it's like because the relationship was always so superficial, you just didn't buy that they had deeper feelings for each other.
Yeah, well, because like the first scene is she walks into his cabin to be like, hey, so-and-so wants to have supper with you, and he's like, take off your clothes. And she's like...
And it's every bit
as...
And yeah, and then they just go right at it, right there. And I'm not even kidding. That's how it goes. And it's every bit as awkward and
And then he can't get
weird.
it up.
It's every bit as awkward and weird as it sounds.
Yeah, oh, it's bad.
But the rest of the movie's fantastic because the story outside of the romance subplot is genuinely interesting. Because I learned about Kaiser Wilhelm II, who is like, I actually read stuff about him afterwards because I was like, I want to know more about this guy. And this movie is like a fictionalized account of his involvement with World War II. But the idea of him once being king or emperor of Berlin, was it? Him once being emperor of Berlin, if not Oh, I should point out there's gonna be a background noise for a little bit. Don't worry about it. Him being an emperor, but then being like cast out and usurped from his throne, and him just being bitter about it.
Yeah,
it was just he's an interesting character, and the film goes in interesting places. And if it weren't for that tacked on romance subplot to get the teens in, it would have been great.
I agree. I think it would have needed more of either the the siege plot.
Yes.
To kill the emperor, but then not. Blah blah blah. I think they would have needed like a lot more stuff happening there, or gotten another subplot of some sort going on. But yeah, the love thing happening was kind of not great.
Yeah, I know why it exists. To market the movie. I guarantee you, if any trailer of this movie, it like bills it as like this steamy, erotic, historical drama with a forbidden love between a Nazi officer and a foreign spy, and it's like, I guarantee you that's why that portion of the movie exists, to like get people to come see it. But it also was probably to give the movie a little bit of emotional weight, and it failed miserably, so they should have found another way.
I mean, I have a feeling that this is something that's going to work for a lot of people.
Yeah, probably.
Just not us.
Yeah, if it's an ideology thing. If you believe that, like, if you can really get into a romance that's just all about lust for the most part, then yeah, you might like enjoy this. But if you're like, romance is more about an emotional connection between two people, you might not enjoy that.
Well, this is like reading one of those like love fantasy books
Sure.
where he whisks her away and keeps her captive.
Mm.
You know, fluff books
Yeah.
that your mother and grandma read and they giggle to each other at the kitchen table about.
Sure. I don't know what that is.
Menashe. We done with the exception?
Yeah, we're gonna go from a movie about Nazis to a movie about Orthodox
Oh my
Jews.
god, I didn't even think about that. That's genius.
Voor wat trok ze dus de Hitler oder Reckel wie alle? Ik weet dat wordt eens gezet zitten.
Hast du schon wieder gekosst?
Typische Juda Alman.
Connections between the exception and the lovers, and connections between the exception and the Menashe. For the lovers, it's not elderly, late middle-aged couple who don't really like each other all that much, with the Kaiser and his wife, and then the two main characters of the lovers, and then Jews for Menashe.
Nice. Nice. Oh, we didn't give something out of 10 rating.
7 out of 10. Could have been like an 8 or 9, but then 6. Don't get me wrong.
I agree.
I'm no prude, all right?
He likes a good dong.
Yeah,
No. Wait.
I'm no prude,
Yeah.
but it didn't work.
The dong didn't work.
It certainly didn't. None in that first scene. And that's what sparks the entire
snap.
romance. He's just like, wait, I couldn't get it in.
So the first thing about Menashe...
And then he had to find her again, and that's what sparked the whole thing. Anywho.
I love the duck feeding scene. That was so nice.
It was
just pleasant.
He just likes ducks. He talks about ducks. He feeds ducks. There was a scene at the end where
Christopher Plummer, that is.
yes, there's a scene.
Jack Gordon.
There's a lot of duck feeding. There's a scene at the end where the after the war's over, there's that couple on the lake feeding ducks, and I don't know what all that was about. Maybe there's some symbolism in feeding ducks that I just don't understand.
I think the director was trying to be cool.
Sure.
Stunting.
Menashe.
I love the name of this film,
Yes.
which is also the name of the man.
Yeah, in the
and the-
movie and in real life. His
Yeah.
real name is Menashe.
Menashe.
And this movie was a really good movie that probably wasn't for me.
Oh, definitely not for me. But I liked it.
I liked it more than The Lovers.
Yeah.
Because it taught me a thing or two about the lifestyle of modern Orthodox Jews. And that was genuinely interesting.
Yeah.
What I didn't like so much is how violently depressing this movie is. And it's that kind of depressing where there's no really real relief. Basically, Menashe... I mean, when I say I don't like how depressing it was, I'm not saying it was poorly done. I'm saying I wouldn't want to watch this movie again because it just makes me a sad boy.
Yes.
Menashe is a down on his luck single father whose wife has died very recently, and he's outcast in his Jewish community because a household's supposed to be a man and a wife, and it's shunned upon to be a single parent who's a man raising a child. But he doesn't care much about all that because he's more so interested in like, he wants to raise his kid, and he doesn't see he doesn't feel the need to go out and find another wife immediately. Those community and his rabbi are pressuring him to.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just kind of, he's just down in this luck guy who just, he's really clumsy and he messes a lot of things up, and you want things to go right for him, but they never really do. And that's it.
Yeah, I mean, you hit the nail on the head.
Uh,
It's sad seeing him like set up for this funeral, the memorial service for his wife, and just things are getting worse and worse as the progression of this goes on.
yeah, and his brother-in-law doesn't respect him, kind of openly hates him,
Yeah,
and his son doesn't like him.
his son kind of likes him sometimes,
Yeah,
and then when he gets hit, then he's like, "No, I'm gone."
yeah.
Which fair. I completely think that's fair.
Because he hits his son because the son implies that he let his wife die. And
Yeah.
initially I was like, that's out of that's out of place for the son. But then you learn more about his wife and how the relationship was, and you realize the son's probably right.
Yeah.
This was not a fun movie.
No. It's really good though.
It's good. Okay,
I really liked it.
I'll say this. Al Hayron has expressed interest in seeing it because he was raised as an Orthodox Jew in an Orthodox Jewish household and community. I don't know about community, but he was raised as an Orthodox Jew.
That could be really interesting.
So
from
he's
his
expressed
perspective.
interest in seeing it, and I would say if you're interested in Jewish culture, totally see this movie because it's a very, very interesting, fascinating, and kind of critical view of the established culture for Orthodox Jews.
And a big plus is that almost the entire film is in Yiddish.
Yes, no,
Actually.
there's very little. If there's a little English, but it's all in Yiddish.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you knew it was Yiddish because I did not know what language they were speaking.
Well, at first I thought it was German, because
Yiddish is just
Or-
such a unique sounding language.
well, because I heard eins a lot for one. So I thought it might be German, but then when I thought about it more, that I figured it was Yiddish.
yeah,
And then there's a little Spanish as well.
yeah, right.
Just
Because
a hair.
there's he befriends the Hispanic workers at where he works,
Yeah.
and where he works is really bad.
Yeah, it's like
And
a
just-
convenience store,
just-
and his boss is just kind of a. I don't know if his boss is a jerk as much as he is just trying to get by as well.
His boss is painted as a jerk initially, but it's more so that Menashe is a clumsy and like way too idealistic person, and the boss just doesn't have patience for it.
Yeah,
Like, and you kind of almost side with the boss at the end of the movie.
yeah.
Because like he something bad happens, and I'm not gonna spoil much because I feel like I would recommend this to people, but something bad happens at work, and you think the boss is gonna go like ballistic, but he's just disappointed, and he's like, I'm gonna let you off this time, but just know how much of a failure you are.
Yeah.
And then Menashe decides to ask for like a raise or something in that moment.
Alone, yeah.
And it's like it's so painful watching Menashe in this movie because he brings it on himself.
Yeah.
And you want to tell him to be better for the sake of him and his family.
Well, and even in the end, he's like, I want to be better. And it's like,
And that's how
Oh.
the movie, yeah.
it's so, like,
It's so
painful to
heart-
see
it's
that.
such
Because
a
he wants to
heartbreaking
be
movie.
better, but he just can't.
It's such a heartbreaking movie. It's one of the most sad movies we've seen in A24 Quest.
Yeah.
And it's just, man. If you like that kind of thing, check it out. But like, if you don't want to be really sad, like, it just definitely avoid it. So that's about it.
I agree. I think I'm going to give this one.
Me too.
8.5
I don't even remember what I gave it. I think I gave it a 7, simply because I
out of 10.
had such a bad time with it.
Oh,
Because when I rate movies, I try not to rate them objectively. I just rate like how I enjoyed it.
all right.
But yeah, that's it. Actually, didn't take that long. Under a half hour.
Oh, wow. Who's the winner? Are you going for exception?
I'm going for The Exception. I think The Exception was a genuinely great movie that was held back by a really lackluster romance subplot.
I think I'm also going to go with that just because I think it's going to appeal to way more people than Menashe.
Yes, Menashe has a very, very small target demographic. A people who are interested in aggressively depressing movies, and B have an interest in the culture of Orthodox Jews.
I guess that's me. I went to a Cambodian Buddhist temple today.
Really? Why? Did you deliver pizza there?
Lunar New Year, my dude.
Lunar New Year. Why?
This has been a fun time.
You're gonna have to tell that story on the podcast.
Will do. Check out the Purple Panda Podcast Premium Extraordinaire
Yes.
after this. It's been fun, guys.
Oh,
What's our movie?
yeah. Let's figure that out.
Is it you or me this week?
I think it's me,
Tight.
and I think I had one.
Ooh.
Yes, I do.
Boom.
It is Climax. No,
Holy- I haven't seen After the Void yet. Son.
do it.
Shit.
I can change it if you want.
No, you don't have to.
We can also do into the Silver Lake, under the Silver Lake.
Ooh, actually, yes, let's do that.
Okay, cool.
Because I'm actually really excited about that.
Did you like It Follows?
I did like It Follows.
Sick.
I also thought It Follows had a lot of really stupid things going on, but overall I liked It Follows. I
want
see that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
There's a shirt for Midsummer on the A24 website.
Yeah, if you're familiar with A24 like merch, you know what we're talking about. It's really cool. I kind of wanted it.
That's really neat.
Yeah. Anywho, so I wanted to look up films.
I
I came here for a reason. I got
we
distracted.
saw Woodshock, right?
We did see Woodstock. We had a good old time.
Have we done Disaster Artist on the podcast yet?
We have not.
Oh, actually.
We haven't done Lady
shit.
Bird either.
Oh shit! Go down a little more.
We haven't done Killing of a Sacred. Yeah, we did.
Did we?
Yeah,
Did we really?
yeah.
Did we?
We did an episode with the lobster.
Oh shit! Lady Bird it is.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought I had to watch Killing of a Sacred Deer again, and I was really upset.
Yeah, because you were upset the last time we had to watch it.
That's true. Lady Bird
Cool.
and Under the Silver Lake.
Yeah, okay. And then after the next week after that will be the Disaster Artist, and then we'll be past 2017 and into 2018.
Cool.
That'll be neat.
We're really getting up there.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Under the Silver Lake and Lady Bird. That'll be a fun thing, and I get to explain why I don't like Lady Bird at all.
Very exciting. I'm
Yeah.
super excited because then
I really want to have a discussion about Lady Bird, so maybe I can formulate a good opinion about it.
Yeah. I'm really excited to get to kind of the newer stuff that's coming up. Like Climax and Glory Bell and
The
I
Souvenir
don't know.
I really want to see.
like even the ones that I don't know anything about. I'm really excited just because this project is so neat to me.
And it's fun that we're getting to a point where we're getting into modern movies now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not that the ones we have seen have been like super not modern, but
Right. But like recent movies.
yeah, super recent movies.
Um
Yeah, it's exciting. So yeah, next week on A24 on the Silver Lake.
and Lady Bird.
Toy.
Hope you enjoyed.
It's been fun.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Goodbye.
Yes.
Yeah.